Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama.
Okay, we're going to do one more really fast, okay?
Sorry.
She needs something to. Oh yeah, go ahead.
हाँ नहीं पर वो चाहिए ही चाहिए कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 हरे
चार्जिंग लगा दो इसकी.
Can you all hear me? Can you do a diorama or diorama? Pick one. It's very hot.
ऐसे करो उसको ऐसे घुमा दो.
Prabhu, you should face to the your mouth. Yeah.
Jaya Jaya Vikrata Paramahamsa Pandita Acharya Sutara Santa Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jaya Vikrata Paramahamsa Pandita Acharya Sutara Santa Srimad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. नाम आचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से हे सैकड़ों श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंज राधा कुंज गोपदान की श्री मायापुर धाम की वृंदावन धाम की गंगामाई की यमुनामाई की भक्ति देवी की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to the assembled all glories to the assembled all glories to the assembled. Thank you everyone. That was a wonderful festival for Balaram Pournima today, and welcome. We don't have loads of time, and so I'm going to try and cover what as much as we possibly can. So to begin, everybody knows Balaram as the brother of Krishna.
Yes.
Everybody also knows that Balaram is none different from Nityananda Prabhu. Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I will start with Nityananda Prabhu first because it will help us understand Balaramji. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami states, Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan, Tanhara Dvitiya Deya Sri Balaram. That means Krishna is the source of all the incarnations, and his second body is Balaram. So it is explained that Balaram is none different from Krishna. The only difference from Krishna and Balaram is his form. His form, he's got whitish body, and he wears bluish garments. But in terms of potency, he's none different from Krishna. It's called Swamsa. Avatar and Vibhinamsa is part and parcel. We would all be Vibhinamsa. He also later explains that Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as Krishna in Navadvip, and to accompany him, Balaram appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. I'm going to go through a short pastime of how Nityananda Prabhu came into the picture of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, because there are some really interesting something we can learn from that. So as we know that Nityananda Prabhu, who is none different from Balaram, appeared in a small village called Ekachakra in the province of Radhadesh in West Bengal. His parents were Adai Pandit and his mother was Padmavati. Now he was a very special boy when he was growing up. They had many sons, but they could see this son is different. He was beautiful, and he was also very detached, and that made them worry even more, because from a very young age he said he wants to leave home. So Hadai Pandit and his mother would actually take him everywhere they went, whether they went grocery shopping or they had to do some other errands, they would take Nityananda Prabhu with them. And one day, Hadai Pandit had a guest. He was a sannyasi. And this sannyasi stayed with them for a few days, and Hadai Pandit, being the Vedic Brahmana that he was, he hosted the sannyasi and fed him and talked a lot about Krishna. And as the Brahmana was about to leave, he said, I have to beg some alms from you. Now Hadai Pandit wasn't expecting it, so he said, anything you like, anything you like. And so the Brahmana said, well, when I have to go traveling, to go to different places on pilgrimage, I'm a sannyasi. I cannot start the fire and cook for myself. And it's very hard for me to find good brahmanas to help me to do this service. Therefore, I request that you offer me your son. So Hadai Pandit was totally broken-hearted. It is resembling the feeling that Dasarath had when Vishwamitra came to ask for Ram. So he was totally heartbroken, but he had no choice. So he went to ask his wife, and his wife said, I will do as you wish, and I will follow your instructions. And he said, but if I don't have a choice. If I don't give him my son, my life is ruined because I made a promise. And so Nityananda left with this Brahmana. But Nityananda Prabhu, what he did is he went on tour everywhere. Now he left the house at a very young age. He went on tour all over India, all the way, following the rivers of Yamuna, Ganga, down to Saraswati, which used to flow at that time, all the way down south to Setubanda, Srirangam, and then he worked his way up to Vrindavan. Now when he reached Vrindavan, he lost it. He was in total ecstasy. He was rolling on the ground. He just totally lost himself in consciousness in the dust of Vrindavan. He totally lost it. Now, at the same time, while Nityananda Prabhu was in Vrindavan, what was happening in Navadvip is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just revealed himself of who he is and what his mission is. So the mission of chanting the congregational Mahamantra has begun in Navadvip. And while things are going very smoothly in Navadvip, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very happy his mission is being accomplished, his heart is hurt. He's actually a little sad because in his mind, Nityananda Prabhu is not with him. And while Nityananda Prabhu is in Vrindavan, he could understand the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So immediately he made haste and he made his way to Navadvip. He went all the way to Navadvip. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on the other hand, on the other side, wanted to warn the people a very special personality is going to come. And he was trying to prepare them, and they were like, okay, we had many amazing Mahabhagavats who came our way, okay, there'll be another one. And but then closer to time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave them a little hint on who it was going to be. He said, in my dreams, I saw this chariot that arrived, and on it was this man. He had broad shoulders and he was huge, and his hands were down to his knees, and beautiful body. And he was wearing bluish garments, and he was holding a stick. And he came, but he wasn't walking normally. He was moving left and right like Shankarshan. His movements was not straight. And they still couldn't figure out what he's really trying to say. So on the day it arrived, Nityananda Prabhu made his way to the house of Nanda Acharya, and he stayed there a few days. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Srivas Pandit and Haridas Thakur, go to Navadvip, go look for this man, you will find who I'm talking about. Go and find him. And they took his orders, and they went to Navadvip, and they went looking, and they spent all day looking, and they couldn't find him. And they came back, and they reported to Vishwambara and saying, we spent 9 hours looking for him everywhere. We went to every Grihastha households. We went to every sannyas ashrams, brahmachari ashrams. We even went to the house of atheists, and we couldn't find him. We couldn't detect somebody who was off character like the way you described. Couldn't find anybody. And then Vishwambara thought about this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought about this, and he said, he can understand, he smiled and he can understand the mind of Nityananda Prabhu. Just as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a covered incarnation, so is Nityananda Prabhu. He is not going to allow himself to be seen so easily. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I know where he is, I'll bring you to him. So he brought everybody, and he brought everybody to the house of Nanda Acharya. So they all came in with him, and then they entered into this room, and here it is, they saw Nityananda Prabhu. He was so effulgent, they were shocked. They were totally shocked, looking, they just stood in awe. And Nityananda Prabhu just sat there smiling, but he was in ecstasy because he was thinking of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his heart. And so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Nityananda Prabhu, he walked towards him and he said, here is the life of my heart. here is the Pranera Ishvara, the Lord of my heart. And this is who he is. And the gaze that they had for each other, it was described as meeting of, of such intimate relationship that they had. Now, the others who were watching this scene still couldn't understand who is this man. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided, okay, I'm going to reveal who Nityananda Prabhu is. I'm going to take him out to Navadvip and I'm going to take him everywhere and I want everybody to see him. So he took him out, the whole group of them went out. And while everybody's gaze was on Nityananda Prabhu, looking at this amazing figure, because he is broad-shouldered, extremely, the luster of the millions of moons it's described, he was extremely effulgent. But Nityananda Prabhu could not take his gaze off Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was totally amazed, how can he look so beautiful? In his golden complexion, it is described he was licking the beauty in his mind. He was drinking the sweetness of him with his tongue. He was feeling him while he's looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while the whole village could be looking at Nityananda Prabhu. His heart was only for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought back Nityananda Prabhu back to Srivas Pandit's house. Here, he wanted to show his intimate confidants who Nityananda Prabhu really is. So what did he do? He closed the door and he asked Srivas Pandit, recite a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srivas Pandit knew his mind, and so he started reciting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that of course describes Krishna. Krishna, who wears a peacock feather, who wears bluish garments, who has Vaijayanti flowers, who has blue lotus flowers on his ear, wears shark earrings, has yellow garments, and he plays the flute and he plays with his gopis. Now, as he was describing all this, Nityananda Prabhu just fell unconscious. He just fell unconscious, and everybody was looking and saying, what should we do? And Vishwambara told Srivas Pandit, continue reciting. So Srivas Pandit Prabhu continued reciting the verses, and this is the sequence of events that happened to Nityananda Prabhu. First he fell unconscious, then he got up, he started crying, and when he started crying, he summoned Srivas Pandit, continue. And as he cried, he started roaring really loudly till he could be heard in the spiritual world. And then he started jumping and then landing so hard that everybody thought he was going to lose his life and break his bones. And it's like, Krishna, help him, is what they were crying. And he was rolling on the ground with his tears, and he was total ecstasy. And then he looked up at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and faced him with tears in his eyes and smiled. But he couldn't stop himself. And so he got up and he kept jumping and jumping and jumping, and all the other devotees tried to hold him, but they couldn't hold him, of course. And so eventually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I will hold him. So he went to hold him and took him on his lap. And Nityananda Prabhu said, you're the source of my life, I'll give it to you. And he collapsed on and was motionless. Everybody was in shock because they couldn't understand what this relationship is about. Who is this person? And everybody was, and it was Gadadhar who walked in and saw what was happening. And of course, he can totally understand who it was. And he said, look, Ananta Sesha's pride was smashed today. He's always carrying Vishwambar, but today, Vishwambar is carrying him. And this is when everybody realized who it is, Nityananda Prabhu. And after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vishwambar, he offered beautiful prayers to Nityananda Prabhu. Out of, there is one thing of glorifying, but prayers means saying, you're my Lord. And this is what the mood of those prayers was. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, you're my Lord. And you can actually purify all the 14 planetary systems all by yourself, but you are here. And so what happened is Nityananda Prabhu came back in his awareness, and they were talking to each other in a language and gestures that nobody could really understand. So everybody's saying, this must be Krishna Balaram. Oh, the relationship is like Ram and Lakshman. But it's amazing. Maybe it's Krishna and Arjuna. They were making guesswork, you know. But during that time, Nityananda Prabhu was not very happy with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving him those prayers. And so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking him, where were you all this time? Which way did you come from? And nobody else could understand this dialogue because they were speaking in a way nobody could really understand. And he said, no, I was traveling all around India on pilgrimage and I went to every temple, but I couldn't see you on the altar. It was all covered. And so I was asking them, where are you? Where's Krishna? He was asking the others, did you see Krishna? And they say, yes, yes, Narayan has gone all the way to Navadvip and you should go and look for him there. So that's why I came here. Now, after that, you know, everybody is now fully aware who Nityananda Prabhu is. And you know, consequently, the pastimes, I think we all know and we understand what happened. But this chapters on the revelation of Nityananda Prabhu to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very mysterious. For a start, two Mahabhagavats, Srivas Pandit and Haridas Thakur, could not find Nityananda Prabhu when they were asked to go and find him. Why was that? And it's explained it's because Nityananda Prabhu can only be seen if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lets you. That's why he brought them to go and see Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu does not just come, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must be there too. At the same time, it is also stated that it is very important to recognize who Nityananda Prabhu is, who is none different from Balaram. And it's not possible to approach Krishna or Vishwambar without getting to know who Nityananda Prabhu is. And he actually states that many people will be very comfortable to dance and glorify the names of Krishna, to glorify the names of Govinda, but sometimes when you mention Nityananda, they run. They run away. They actually don't want to recognize him. So he's trying to explain that it is absolutely important to understand who Nityananda Prabhu is, because without knowing him, you will not be able to approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna. You won't be able to know. So in that mood, I will be talking about Balaram now, but to go in the mood of knowing that we have to get to know who Balaram is very, very seriously. We all can be singing on Krishna's name all the time, but our progress in our spiritual life very much depends on the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu and Balaram. And Balaram, as our Chaitya Guru, he has given us many, many instructions. Now, Balaram came with Krishna 5,000 years ago, and he's played the role of a brother. But that is only one of the roles that he was playing. He came to fulfill many other rasas. You know, there is as Dasya Ras. What roles did he play as Dasya Ras? Any idea? Sorry?
Down.
In a Dham form. He plays as Sankarshan. He creates the the whole universe, both the spiritual and the material cosmos. But in the Dasya form, he serves Krishna. He expends himself. He just doesn't give him, but he expends himself as his garments, as his peacock feather, as his flute, as his bedding, as his couch. Everything that of his personal use, that's his dasya. This is how he serves Krishna. Mridanga, yes, thank you. And then there is, after dasya, it is?
Sakya.
Sakya. No, forgive me, Santa is the first one I forgot. Yes. So Santa is when he expends himself as the paraphernalia. Now in Dasya, where he's serving in a neutral form, how does he serve there? Yes, the other example that I have also heard is Dasya means you're serving, but Yes, in a lower position. So, like when Krishna wants to take the yogurt from a high position, he doesn't mind being the dasya. He says, climb on my shoulders and I will lift you up there. So that's the dasya relationship.
In the form of Narayan, he is like Krishna, so he is resting over.
Yes, he is expanding himself as Seshanag and he is also expanding as Sankarshan, Lakshman in his previous life, but I'm referring to just the aspect of him doing different relationships in different rasas. And in Sakya, he's an equal. So he's an equal. When they are playing, they fight, they joking with each other. And this is sometimes as friends, we tease each other as well. And so there are funny ways that Balaram would tease Krishna. He would say, Krishna, Mother Yashoda, she's got a very fair complexion. It's a bit like me. So how did you? You sure she's your mother? So he would try and irritate him, that kind of relationship, he can do that. And as an older brother, he plays the role of Vatsalya. And he also plays Madhurya when he expands as Ananga Manjari. Okay, so everyone is very well versed, which is great. So we know that. Now, also in the during Balaram was here and Krishna was here with the Gopas, every day, pretty much every day, is an excitement. They're killing some demon or the other, some forest fires and floods, and it's just something happens. Killing demon is like a normal thing. However, from all the killing of the demons and different things that happen, Bhakti Vinod Thakur in his Krishna Samhita, he says there are 20 incidences in here, which includes, some of them includes the killing of demons, that represents anarthas. And these are, anarthas means unwanted desires that we have, unwanted mentalities that are obstacles in our spiritual path. Of the 20 incidences that are there, 3 of them, or 3 demons, were killed by Balaram. Now, all the demons that were killed by Krishna, Dr. Vinod Thakur says, if you pray hard enough and you are sincere in your japa, in your practice of bhakti, Krishna will remove those anarthas himself without you even knowing you had it, or the depth of which you had those anarthas. For example, Putana, she represents the anartha usually for somebody who's new to the process of bhakti, and when they are new, they tend to be attracted to fake gurus. So Putana represents fake gurus, and so he's there to protect this new attracted devotees, the devotees who are attracted to him, that they are not fooled by fake gurus. That these are gurus who are attracted to bhukti and mukti, not really bhakti. So he tries to remove that anartha, that distraction. That is without you knowing. Balaram's anarthas, the demons that Balaram kills, however, have a slight different view. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says these anarthas, the practitioner have to be fully aware of those anarthas and work to get rid of them, a lot of it by themselves. You pray to Balaram, but you have to be conscious of what those anarthas are. The others, Krishna will remove it. But the ones that Balaram has to remove, you have to be aware what they are. So the first demon is Pralamba Sura. So anybody want to tell me the story of Pralamba Sura? Or just tell me whatever you know about it.
Pralambasura was in the form of a cowherd boy, and he pretended to be one of Krishna's friends, and his intention was to kill Krishna. His intention was to kill.
Intention was to kill both of them, but he was afraid of Krishna,
so he took the side of Krishna
to kill Balaram.
So then he had to carry the loser had to carry the winner on their back. So Balaram got on the back of Pralambasura.
Yes.
And Pralambasura started to take Balaram away from the rest of the devotees. And then Balaram said, hey, what is this? Where are you going? Stop going this way, you rascal. Then he started putting heavier and heavier and heavier. And then to cope with the weight of Balaram, he started releasing his demon form. And then he said, hey, this is demon, and smashed him on his head.
Yes, thank you. Haribol! That's pretty much the gist of what happened. So yes, Pralambasura represents a devious anartha because he's pretending to be something that is not, that he's not. And this anartha that he's representing is the desire, is lust. Lust for what? Not just the gross lust of money, women, but the subtle lust for respect, for acknowledgement, for title, for position. And this is, if we were to look at the way Pralambasura acted, it is almost like this is him. So this anartha will come to us almost as if we need this. We need this position, we need, or this is due to us, this recognition. And an example is of like how this anartha, if you let it go, like this desire for position, for respect, and you let it go, it could actually make us do silly actions, do silly decisions, because we think this is important to us. An example is the story of in Mahabharata, where Chitraketu was trying to, he's an amazing king, and he was trying to successfully complete the yajna, Ashwamedha yajna of 100 horse sacrifices. Now, if he were able to manage to do that, he would be the Lord of Heavens. That means he would be overtaking the position of Indra. Now, Indra was so caught up in wanting to keep this position and keep this recognition of the only person up to that point who has done the 100 horse sacrifice. So he convinced himself he needs this. And so he came down in various garbs of sannyasis to go and steal this horse. So much so it caused cosmic repercussion, because there will be many fake gurus as a result of what he has done, and Brahma had to come and stop him and said, never mind, let it go. He had to tell Chitraketu to let it go, and but this story is recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam to demonstrate what happens if you let that anartha overtake you, because you will think this is important, this is necessary. So that is Pralambasura. The next demon we would like to talk about is the gorilla demon, Vivida. And now, gorilla demon, he is an interesting personality. He didn't just come into existence when Krishna and Balaram were here. And if anybody knows the Ramayana, Vivida existed during then. He was on the side of Sugriva with Hanuman. He and his brother Maida were very strong commanders in the army on the side of Ram. So he was fighting against Ravana. He had massive number of soldiers, and he was a bear, but he had massive numbers of soldier monkeys and bears, king purushas, and to fight against Ravana. So he was a good guy. So what happened to him? What happened to us when he saw Lakshman getting hurt? Remember, he got shot by the javelin from the other side, and apparently he was having fever and he needed herbal medication, and Hanuman jumped all the way to Malaya Hills to get the herbal and bring it back. Now, during that whole incident, Vivida looked at Lakshman and said, and thought to himself, he's not a big personality, he's just another ordinary person. So maybe he's, he underestimated, he in his mind, he didn't criticize, but he looked down upon Lakshman. And that was enough. And that was enough. Because when you are looking down, usually you look down at a person because you have a slight envy. And when you have a slight envy, you look for faults in the other person. And when the moment he saw Lakshman was vulnerable, he's an ordinary guy. He's not God. And that was the start of his fall down. And it's explained that when you start having that envy, you will start developing mentality of wanting to associate with the wrong kinds of people. So he became friends with Narakasura, and from then on his consciousness declined. And at one point his friend was killed. Krishna killed him, and he was really, really angry. And so he, Hare Krishna. And so he, what he did, he attacked all the villages. This is Dvijita, he's now angry now. He has been attacking the villages, he's been attacking the mines, he's attacking the cities, and he's attacking everybody. And then he was also, he was taking young men and women by the thousands and putting them in the holes of caves and covering them. And he was, he was just going around causing great disturbances. He was huge. He had a very powerful hand. It says that he's got powerful hands like 10,000 elephants. That's the kind of strength he had. And he would go to the ocean and he would stir the ocean with his hands, so much so that it would cause a tsunami. Now we know a tsunami is where the waves go in and the waves come back. But the way Dvijita did it, Vivida, I find it hard to pronounce the name, it goes all the way in and it completely floods the shorelines. That means he kills thousands of people. And then he went up to the mountains, and that's where he heard beautiful singing, sweet singing of girls, and he was wondering, where is the sound coming from? So he went over to look, and then he found Balaram. Balaram was there with all his friends, female friends, and he was slightly intoxicated because Varuni, who is the daughter of Varuna, expanded herself in the form of a beverage. Slightly intoxicating, but it doesn't cause you fall down. It's not like the intoxicants that we have here. Varuni doesn't do that. So Balaram and the girls were having a great time, and they were enjoying each other's company. And so Dvijita saw this, and he stood on the big he stood on a big tree, and he started shouting Kila, Kila, Kila to get their attention. And they didn't know what. Of course, they stopped what they were doing, and they were looking where the sound was coming from. And it's a horrible sound, isn't it? I didn't like it when I read it even. So Kila, 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 and so they looked where the sound was coming from, and they saw this ugly-looking. I was going to say teddy bear, but it's not. It's ugly looking. It's not cute. And he was trying to get the attention of these girls by raising his eyebrows and showing his ugly teeth. And these girls, being innocent, they just thought, that's so funny. It's really funny. And then this is when it became a problem. He turned around and he showed them his behind. And this is when Balaram thought, okay, now you're trying to insult my lady friends and you're also insulting me directly. So this is not on. So the fight ensued. So the fight was, Dvijita needed to show how strong. So Balaram first he threw a stone and it hit the head of Dvijita, cracked his head open, and this copper-like blood was flowing down his head. And this bear thought he was cute. He actually thought, I look good with this copper thing on my face. But then the fight ensued where Dvijita was picking up every tree that he could find and threw it on Balaram. Balaram didn't move, he was not shaken. And then he threw every stone and rocks possible, and Balaram just pulverized everything. Everything was gone. And then eventually Balaram took his life by knocking him on his collarbone, and blood profusely poured out his body and he died. So, Jai Balaram ki Jai. So, who is Vivida? What does he represent? Any guesses?
Envy.
Sorry?
Envy.
Envy, but it's also, yes, envy. And there's also a little bit of arrogance. The arrogance was the big part. As soon as he saw Lakshman and that weakness, he thought, I'm better. He became arrogant, very puffed up. And this is something Balaramji has got no patience for. He just cannot take arrogance. And so the arrogance that Vivida showed, it's also something that Balaram tried to also emphasize later on in another pastime where, if you remember during the Kurukshetra war, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, they're going to fight. But Balaram has the side, he holds Duryodhana very dear to him. That's why the other name for Balaram is Duryodhana Guru. And so he took the side of Duryodhana, and when they came to a fight, both sides would be trying to convince Balaram, will you take our side? And will you please take our side instead? So he wasn't going to try and take sides. So he left for pilgrimage. Now when he left for pilgrimage, again, he went down to everywhere, and finally he ended up in Naimisharanya. In Naimisharanya, as we know, is the gathering of all the sages, with Romaharshan Sutta being the speaker of the Bhagavatam. As soon as he walked into this gathering, everybody stood up. There were, if you know about Romaharshana Sutta, he is not a thoroughbred Brahmana. And why this is important, I will speak quickly. His mother is of a lower birth and the father is of a higher birth. So you call it a Pratiloma marriage. Anuloma marriage is the opposite. So he's not a thoroughbred Brahmana. However, he's also a disciple of Vyasadeva. He was one of the disciples of Vyasadeva who was entrusted the Puranas and the Upanishads to teach. So he's very well versed in Sanskrit, very well knowledgeable. But when he walked in, all the Brahmanas stood up to pay respects to Balaram. And then when everybody sat down, he realized Romaharshan Sutta did not. And what did he do? I think a lot of you know what happened here. He killed him. Killed him how?
Cut off his head.
Shotgun.
Yes, with a straw, with a putra grass. If the putra grass is like a straw, and if you can imagine, if you had to throw it, it falls like this. But when Balaram threw it, it went straight and it cut his head off. That's Balaramji. And so the question here is, now all the sages are like, what just happened? I mean, how, he is a very, very exalted personality. And the only thing he didn't do is that he didn't stand up, and I mean, he was following the four regulated principles, he was, serving his guru, and he's doing amazing things, and he just didn't, they thought it was a bit too much. This punishment is a little bit too much. And so they told Balaram, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. You can do anything you want, but this is excessive. And he says, yes, but he's teaching the scriptures. And the goal of studying the scriptures is to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if he's not doing that, then he's a hypocrite. What is he teaching? And Prabhupada explains that the learning of somebody who cannot recognize who the Supreme is and who, and devotees, the learning that they have is the same as somebody who has a serpent having a jewel on its head, because that would only make the serpent more attractive and more poisonous. So he saw Romaharshan Sutta as a hypocrite. He didn't like that, and that's not an example to be. So even then, the sages told him, yes, you are right, you are absolute, you can do whatever you want, no one can question your actions. But as long as you are acting on a relative plane here, you have to atone for the sins you have done, so that you will set an example for those who see you as a great personality. And so Balaram says, fine, I will do as you want me. What do you want me to do? I can bring him back alive if you like. and I could also give him a full lifespan and give him the strength to last this course that he's giving you. And he said, no, don't do that. You are right. Don't change that. But what I would like you to do is pass down the long life that he has to his son, Ugrashrava Sutta, who we know as what is Sutta Goswami? Yes. And he says, and you can go and do pilgrimage everywhere. Go and atone for your sins. And then he asked them, is there anything else you would like me to do? Now the sages are also aware that Balaram knows what are their problems, and he says, yes, there's another demon, Balvala, who bothers us every time when we're doing sacrifice. Please kill him for us. And he says, okay. And then Balaram goes away. But the moral of the story here that I'm trying to get to is Balaram has got no patience with somebody who are arrogant, and he's got no patience with somebody who's a hypocrite. And so we have to pray that if we find anything in ourselves that we are recognizing that we are not consistent with what we say and we are not walking our talk, we pray to Balaram, please change that in us. The third one, the third example is of, the last one is Dhenukasura. Dhenukasura is a very short example. Everybody knows. And what animal does it plays a role as? Donkey, an ass, yes. And how does the story happen? Can somebody tell me quickly so I don't have to do all the talking and I don't have to talk too much? Anybody want to tell me what you know about Dhenukasura? What did he do?
I already told one.
Somebody else?
Shani, tell us Dhenukasura.
Please tell.
Microphone. Come.
So what happened is that Krishna was all Balaram's friends told that we know one place where there is lot of nice food to eat. So then they said we want to go in there. Then Balaram said, alright, let's go. Then Krishna, Balaram and all his friends went to that place, and then Balaram saw a mango.
What tree?
Mango.
Okay.
Then all his friends said we want the mango. So then Balaram went and says, I will shake the tree and then we'll get it. So then Balaram went to shake the tree, but they didn't know it belonged to one donkey. But then Dhenuka saw everything and started going to Balaram and tries to kill Balaram by kicking his legs. But first Balaram fell down. But then the next time when he kicked, Balaram pulled his two legs and started swirling him round and round and throwing to another tree, and then Dhenuka fell down dead.
So yes, so in the forest of Talavan there was actually palm fruit, not mango, but palm fruit, but same concept. And so these fruits are very nice. His cowherd friends wanted to go and try them, and as she said, he went to shake the trees. Then Dhenukasura appeared and kicked Balaram with his hind legs. And eventually, anyway, so it happened that Dhenukasura brought on all his other ass-like donkeys, and Balaram killed them. Now, what is the anartha that Dhenukasura represents? What do we know about what Prabhupada said about asses? They're stubborn. Also?
Lazy.
Lazy. They're hardworking, though. They carry heavy
They're not
loads.
lazy. They're not lazy.
Yes. Yeah.
Dumb.
Yes, exactly. So, what? Sorry? Greedy. As well, yeah. You see, the donkey is more stupid. The donkey is a little bit more stupid. I mean, it's carrying heavy loads so that the reward it can have is a little bit of grass which he could have gotten himself. But he's too stupid to think, he feels he needs to do this heavy load so that he has to take the grass. But Dhenukasura is explained, again by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it explains the ignorance of knowledge of who we are, what's our relationship with Krishna, and what is our real purpose. Instead, this ignorance is about all the other things that are important to us. That our role in society, this is who I have to be, or this is what I have to do to accomplish and make a very good life for myself materially. When we are overburdened by this, we forget what is our true relationship, who we really are. So when we do have material duties, but when we overburden with this, we forget what our real purpose is. So we pray to Balaram, please remove that excessive burden of material ignorance that we carry thinking this is important. Please remove that so that we can constantly be reminded that our relationship with you and what we have to do for you, to you, is much more important. So that's Kasura. Now there's so much more to talk about Balaram Ji, but we won't do that today. But I want us to remember 4 things. First, we approach Balaram in the mood of seeing him as Nityananda Prabhu. It is absolutely imperative, if you want to progress in our spiritual life, that we need to approach Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu is one of those personalities. If you don't have the qualification, he will look for it for you. Like in the case of Jagai and Madai. When Madai hit him, Jagai stopped Madai. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came into the scene and said, who is hitting Nityananda Prabhu? Nityananda Prabhu said, don't be upset, Mr. Jagai, because he stopped Madai. He found a good quality in Jagai when he was a very simple brahmana. And with Madai, after forgiving him, he could see reasons to give him prema. So if you do not approach Balaram in the mood of Nityananda Prabhu, you kind of miss the boat. We actually going to assume in our minds that we are getting the love of God, getting prema, if we do not worship Balaram and Nityananda Prabhu as part of our practice. We'll stop here. Thank you so much. Any comments? Any comments or questions?
I usually approach Balaram with the mood of Nityananda. Can we do it when we're doing japa? Like, and ask him just to help us to remove our anarchies? Or
the question is, how do we approach Balaram and how do we approach Nityananda Prabhu? So, as you have also answered, we approach him because he is Param Guru. He is also our original spiritual master in our heart. And so we constantly pray. There's so many beautiful prayers to Nityananda Prabhu where we want to have his blessings, his guidance, and it just comes from connecting with your own, you follow the instructions of the Guru, and you follow the instructions of what Prabhupada says. It comes with the parampara, and you are connecting with Nityananda Prabhu and Balaram Ji that way. Yeah, thank you for the question. Anyone else? Haribol, I think Prabhu, yes?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank you for
Krishna.
the lecture.
Thank you.
Mataji, you said that for hearing of the anarthas of Krishna, we need to be sincere, we need to pray, and we will remove it. But the 3 anarthas of Balaram, like hypocrisy, duplicity, and arrogance and ignorance, I think maybe I can correct me. So I think with these, being sincere, I think would be difficult. So is it that only after the birth of Balaram can we be sincere and pray to Krishna and get to
Sorry, the sound there was a bit loud. The last bit only. Just the last bit if you repeat.
So the ignorance, duplicity, and hypocrisy. So being with these anarthas,
Yes.
being sincere in praying to Krishna would be difficult.
Yes.
They can become an obstacle. So is it right to say that only when we get the mercy of Balaram and we get free from this can we become sincere and hence get the mercy of Krishna and get free from the rest?
Not quite like that, because you see, when we know the way Bhaktivinoda Thakur talks about our progress in Bhakti, when we start from Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya, Nartha Nivritti, and we carry on, all the way up to the point of Nishta or Ruchi, I think, we will always have anarthas. So that awareness that these anarthas could come in at any time, we have to be consciously aware all the time. It's not like we get rid of this, now we can focus on this. It will be there at every stage of our spiritual life. It is something we have to constantly pray to Balaramji and Nityananda Ram to please remove it. Because it can come at any stage. You could be practicing spiritual life for 20, 30 years and suddenly you realize, I need some recognition for what I've done. Because we're so conditioned to think in the material sense, I've been working in a company for 20, 30 years, I should be recognized as some very important person. I need a position to tell me that, or monetarily rewarded for that. But in a spiritual sense, we tend to bring that baggage here with us. We tend to think, I need to be recognized for something. So it is there even after 20, 30 years, you will think, I need this. So that's why we have to be constantly be aware and pray to Balaram. It will be there till we reach that level. Thank you for your question. Anyone else? Should we end you? I can see some tired faces, but thank you. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So now, thank you so much for having me. It's very, very enlightening.
Thank you.
So we're going to have the arty now, if everyone can stand. And just to remind everybody, again, this is Lord Balaram's appearance day, and one of our favourite devotees here for the last 10 years. So we're going to have some quiet just for a second, please. Just want to make an important announcement that Duryodhana Guru Prabhu is in hospital at the moment. He's unconscious after an emergency surgery. According to his wife, she said that they believe he will pull through. But it's actually quite so amazing and ironic that it's on this particular day this is happening, because he's initiated by Srila Prabhupada, and he's been here for the last 10 years giving classes all the time. So it's a very important day for him as well at this point. So if we can all offer this arti in his honor, and we should all pray to him for his quick recovery. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We can come in. Those who are at the door, they can come in and have darshan. We are opening the darshan soon. So, before opening the darshan, I would like to remind you all, like the way we celebrated Balaram Ji's appearance day today. So, Krishna Balaram ki Jai! We will be celebrating the appearance day of Krishna.
Haribo.
So, Krishna Janmashtami Maha Mahotsav ki Jai! So, when it is? It is next Monday. Just 1 week left. So, next Monday we are celebrating Krishna Janmashtami Maha Mahotsav in bigger venue, which is Scientology Auditorium in Dublin 24. For attending that festival, tickets are mandatory. They are free of cost. You can just scan the QR code and get the tickets. Who all don't have the tickets for now? Can raise hands. Who doesn't have tickets? Kindly get your tickets. It's free of cost, and then you can attend the program. And we need volunteers for Janmashtami. Those who want to help to support the event, they can join our WhatsApp group. We will be sending the way how you can volunteer for Janmashtami. Haribol, we are expecting more than 1,500 people there, so we need quite a lot of people for volunteering. It's a great opportunity to serve Krishna and devotees and get the special mercy and blessings from Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan. Hare Krishna.
इसको दिखना नहीं बाकी
Krishna Balaram Jai!
Okay, 5 minute ke 5 minute ke.
Oh, I think everybody's gonna dance. So anyway, Prasanna's on now, so if you can all run down the stairs gently, and so the child is down there waiting.
Mahaprasade.